In today's video, I'll be fixing some Christmas treats. I'll be working here in the kitchen, and I'm not sure how much I'll get done today, but you're probably going to see me over the course of a few days, working on these things. And I have this urge to fix some of the things that I remember having as a little girl, during this time of the year. We'd often, get together with family and friends, and people would bring all of these goodies. And of course Mom would, make some things too for us at home. So I'm going to try to dig out some old recipes. So the first thing I'll be making are some Troby cookies. I don't know, are you guys familiar with that or not? But this is an old, or I think it's an old-fashioned cookie. Like I remember these, having these growing up. I don't think my mom really made these as much as I just remember, other people would sometimes bring them to get-togethers. And they are a cutout cookie. Like you'll have to, prepare the dough and then refrigerate it for a couple hours so that it chills. And then roll it out and then cut it out with cookie cutters. The cookies get filled with a delicious date filling. And you might see Marlene's new cookbook here in the background. In case you missed it, a couple of videos ago I had announced that it is officially released. But we have been waiting on the print shop to be getting more books, so I apologize for the delay. I know a lot of you, have placed your orders and are probably waiting on this book, but it should be arriving soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. It's definitely my favorite cookbook right now. I use it probably almost daily. We're having really cold weather here in Ohio. I think the high for today is only in the low 20s and it's windy. So you can imagine the wind chill. Oh, it's just freezing out there. It's just so nice and cozy here in the house. It's actually lightly snowing right now, and I'll be chilling my dough on the outside. It shouldn't take long. So I gotta show you guys the coziest thing ever if it's cold like this on the outside. Way down in our basement, in a back room, we have a wood-firing furnace or boiler. And I, of course, have memories of this as a little girl. Dad would fire the boiler up and our house would get all toasty and warm. And I'm still fascinated with that, how just a little fire down here in the basement can actually heat our whole house. It's so awesome. I love the smell of the wood burning. I love to see the smoke coming out of the chimney. Call me old-fashioned, but I love it. We don't always do this. We have a gas boiler system, that heats our house as well, but there's nothing that heats as nicely and evenly as a wood-burning boiler like this. I'm going to keep things simple and just do round cookies for these Trobys. It'll be easier to frost them or fill them, and then also a lot of my Christmas shapes are fairly big, and it's not going to make a whole lot of cookies here, so I thought if I keep it smaller, I'll have more cookies. As I started cutting out, circles for these cookies, I decided I do want some trees after all. So here I'm using my little tree cookie cutter for some of the cookies. So here I am the next day. I put the cookies in containers overnight, decided to wait until today to fill them. And I do need some chopped dates for this filling, and I'm pretty sure I can use my blender to do this. I honestly have rarely ever had to chop dates, so we'll see how it goes. I want to show you guys a really quick and easy and super delicious snack or treat that you could prepare to, take somewhere or just for your family. And this is something that Mom would sometimes make over the holiday season. You need a mini muffin pan, and mine here isn't quite the right size. It's actually too big. The little cups should even be smaller than what these are. But I didn't have anything like that on hand, so I'm just using, what I have here. And then you buy one of those rolls or packages of cookie dough. Honestly, I don't think I've ever bought cookie dough because normally I make it from scratch, but The recipe calls for that, and it actually calls for peanut butter cookie dough, and they didn't have any in the store that I was at today. So I'm just using a sugar cookie dough. I think this should work as well. And what you do is you just put little sections in each cup, and then you bake the cookies for around 8 to 10 minutes, just until you can kind of tell if they're baked through. And as they're baking, you unwrap peanut butter cups, and once you take the cookies out of the oven, you place a peanut butter cup into each cookie. And again, you can imagine it is super delicious. Chocolate is always my weakness, so I of course like this snack. The peanut butter cups should be more engulfed in the cookie dough, which they would be if the little cups were smaller, but I guess it won't affect the taste. Something I always loved as a little girl was the hardtack candy. I don't know, do you guys ever make that or not? I think I might have made it once since we've been married, so I guess I kind of got away from it, over the years, but kind of in the mood to try to make some. I realize it's, pure sugar, basically, and I decided not to go with the Caro or the corn syrup. Instead, I'm using a cane sugar syrup, and I'm trying to get my temperature up to around 310. And as I'm editing here, I'm almost smiling to myself because I now know how it actually went with this hardtack candy. And it was a standing joke around our house here, but I don't think I'll admit how many times I tried to make this and it didn't turn out. And I finally came to the conclusion I really probably just have to use plain white sugar and the corn syrup that I was trying to avoid using. So the first few times I actually ended up burning my mixture. First, I blamed it on my thermometer not working correctly, but on hindsight, I now know it actually works. But I don't know, was it that cane sugar syrup that just couldn't stand the heat? But I instantly turned it off when I saw it was starting to get too brown. And it even seemed after I had turned it off, it just kept getting browner, and I kind of ran with my pan full of hot, sticky, boiling sugar and dumped it outside. I almost felt like I was, carrying a bomb or something. It was kind of out of control. I did some research, and I thought it sounded like you can actually use just the sugar and nothing else, so I tried that, and that did not work. And again, I'm not sure, was it that organic cane sugar that I was using that wasn't working? Maybe if I would have just tried the plain white, bleached sugar, it would have worked with only the sugar. I'm not sure. I didn't try that way. But so yeah, I ended up resorting to just that Caro or the corn syrup and the plain white sugar. And I was really determined to make this, and I just wanted to prove that it could actually be made. So I just went for the Caro and the sugar recipe. But it is really simple to make if you just follow actual original recipes, I guess, would be the moral of the story. So my hardtack flavors are strawberry, kiwi, peppermint, and lemon. And the colors didn't turn out quite as vibrant as some might be. And I used the Watkins brand food coloring, and that brand does not have the harmful dyes in it. So I'm guessing that's probably why it didn't turn out, quite as deep or dark, some of the colors, but I'm okay with that. Another favorite snack of ours is party mix, and this one is a little different from my usual. I think I've showed you guys my usual party mix recipe. It's something I actually make year round. It consists of, Chex, honeycomb, Cheerios, and pretzels, and there's a sauce that gets stirred in, and then of course bake it. But this one is a little bit different. I'm using olive oil and some seasonings, and then just using those little oyster crackers along with some pretzels and coating them and then baking them as well. But I'm sure I'll probably end up making some of our usual party mix as well, since that is a favorite of ours, but sometimes I like to try something different. Another favorite cookie of ours is the Mexican wedding balls, or Russian tea balls, I think you can call them as well. I might have shown these before in a video, but I was making them anyway while I was filming, so I thought I might as well throw it in here. And I'll have that recipe down below in the description box. But this is a really delicious cookie. It's almost more like a snack or a treat versus a cookie, but I always like to make them during the holiday season. So the final two things I'm going to show you here are healthy snacks. The first one is protein cookies, and these are my son's favorites. They love these cookies. They're no bake, and they would be the perfect treat to fix, you know, to take somewhere, to get together, or just for your family. I start out by melting my chocolate chips in the microwave, and this brand of chocolate chips is a healthier option if you're looking for this. They are, of course, you know, pricier than your normal ones would be, but I like the thought of, you know, eating chocolate, and it's, you know, a little healthier than normal. And the final thing will be finger JellO, and I think I've showed you before where I use grape juice for finger JellO, but in this case I'm actually going to use some beet juice, and in this case I won't be adding any sugar or anything, so just the juice and the beef gelatin. And all of these recipes will be down below in the description box. So far I've always used grape juice when making this finger JellO, and gotta say I would definitely prefer that, you know, taste wise, but it was still fun to try something new here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Christmas season, and as always, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!